Sup everyone, I'm Crimeshot and I'm gonna react to Hunter x Hunter episodes 105, 6, and 7. Last time we had a little girl humiliating the king. She is well versed in this game known as Gungi, which originated from that country, the Republic of East Gorto. And yeah, even though the king he's quite smart himself. I mean, all he's been doing before then is challenging all of these pros at their respective games. I think it was shogi and then a Go player, and the Go player eventually hanged himself, so that's why the Gungi thing continued right off the bat. But all that he really did was read the manual for the game, and then he was able to get inside their head. Like, that was the key to it, that he realized, is to mess up their rhythm, disturb the rhythm, get in their head, and then you can control the game. But he was not able to do so with the little girl. The little girl, who is also blind, for some reason opens her eyes while she plays as well. I guess that's, something to think about. Like, why does she have to open her eyes? I'm not sure if she has to. It's just something she does. Like, something she likes to do for some reason. I don't know. I mean, just that alone, where it's like you're going up against a blind person, yet they do open their eyes. I think that already would get inside the other person's head. But yeah, we still haven't gotten anything, new info on Kailua. He's still with Ikago, I'm guessing, and he's recovering from almost dying from 3 episodes back. We have Morel and Knov. They're in one of Knov's rooms right now, just chilling out, waiting for things to blow over. We have Leol, who has his little IOU dispenser, so now he can use Flutter's skill, which is the dragonfly surveillance thing. He has 2 of the goons that Nefropito sent out, which is like this dog guy and a shrimp guy or something like that. They're there to help him out. They've also been bestowed by Shayapoof in some shape or form with like an ability. It seems like Shayapoof's ability is to give out other abilities that are somewhat expendable in a way. I mean, Morel going up against Chitu, that could have gone way worse if Chitu wasn't an idiot, right? But thankfully he was, and now he's just gonna go back to Shayapoof, which I don't know how they're gonna take that, because you failed in trying to do what this, after being given some power, you still failed. So what's the point of giving Chitu another power? They may just cut him off right there. Who knows? Yeah, what was it? Knuckle and Shoot, they're joining up with Gon, and Gon is with Meteoron. Meteoron, he's like in the background just observing Knuckle and Shoot, and what was it? I think he got a couple heartstrings pulled by Knuckle after that whole dog scene. But yeah, it's I'm wondering if he will reveal himself to them, or is he just gonna be like off to the side that whole time, and Gon is the only one who'll know. Yeah, but I think I've talked about the last 3 episodes long enough. Let's just get into episode 105. Resolve and Awakening. What is going to be awakened? That's right, he's still enjoying it though. Yeah, he finally has a challenge out of it all. Huh. So he's more upset about the fact that he doesn't know about himself as much as he thinks he does. Oh wow, look at that drool. But you know that she can kick your butt. A wager? Okay, up the stakes. Yeah, what would she wish for? Is he confident that he can beat her now, though? She's just gonna say yeah to that? No. You can grant me any wish, but if you lose, then I can take a piece of you. Is no. No, I'm not gonna take that bet, no. Oh, he's still trying to get in her head, I see. But she's thinking about it seriously. I don't think she's thinking about, like, about losing her arm. She's thinking about... Oh, never mind. I was thinking that she was just thinking about the the wish. The thing she usually bets? Mmm. Why the life? Life as in, like, I will be your, like, servant or something like that? Or just, like, give up your life altogether? Gungi is the reason I'm alive. My god. She sounds like she had, like, quite a rough childhood. Like, to consider yourself worthless until finding this type of greatness to where you see, okay, now I have a purpose. It's really sad to look at yourself like that. A Gungi master becomes a normal person once she loses. She does not want to live on normal. Huh. Stakes are really high now. For someone that looks upon herself like that, she has a really hard time thinking about what to wish for. Yeah, she can't even come up with it right now. Is this the first time he's laughed? Wait, what? Oh, okay, so he's raising the stakes so it'll be even for both of them. Yeah, it makes it more interesting for him. Yeah. What? Oh. True, it was a pit. Oh, he just... She's like, what is this on my face? What did you do to my face? Okay, can you bring the Kleenex now to wipe off the blood and her snot? Ooh. Damn. Okay. Now that I look at it, the way he just said that, it sounds like Neferpito is like the machi for their group. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, she's really getting under his skin now. In a way, Shiapuf is kind of indebted to the little girl now because she refused until he was treated. Self-infliction, that's what happened. This is true.
奴らが攻撃レーダーを引っ込めたのは事実。今のうちに近づけるところまで近づく。
So I guess the whole Leol with the IOU dispenser thing failed, trying to find these guys. But that makes sense because they were in Knov's dimensional room thing. Nope, never mind. I'm curious if Leol can actually do any damage to those guys, Knov and Morel. Who are you? What are you? Toy repair Dr. Blythe. Oh my god. That thing is huge. 2 or 3 hours until complete recovery. That's actually pretty impressive, no? Okay, so she's using all of her nen to focus on repairing the, reattaching the arm to the king, right? So that's why they withdrew all of the puppets. And her N, that's right. She had a wide range for N sensitivity. So right now he's trying to get in and plant the portal. So when the time is right, they can just use that to infiltrate. Okay. I like how when he was running, he was able to camouflage himself in a way. And it just stuck with him. This whole time I thought he could just lay down the portals wherever he felt like, you know. When they showed them all there for a second, how come I didn't see Knov in there? Yeah, he could be killed right now. If not for the king ripping off his arm. Yeah. Get in, plant the portal, get out. Just one, or that has to be the 3? I don't know yet. Go faster. You have at most 3 hours, Neferopito was saying. Is Neferopito the only one that can use N as well among the 3 royal guards? So far, Neferopito has proven to be the most useful among the 3, from what I've seen. To the king, I mean. She's the most useful to the king. Who are you? Secretary Bizif? Ah, Diego was a puppet ruler. Hmm. So they're not even gonna bother putting up a front like there being actual human guards there. They didn't bother with that. 11 ants and 3 humans. Isn't Diego dead though? He's just a puppet? Were they counting Diego? Yeah, we already know that. Mm-hmm. That are expected to end in failure. That makes more sense, yeah. Why is he smiling from that? Sending lists of available bodies and he smiles? And it's all women. Okay. Yeah. I have an idea on what kind of person this is now. This secretary guy. Wait, bodies? Does that mean they're dead and then like Neferopito's gonna control them for the guy or something? That's even more messed up if that's the case. Someone you know? Thinker? Thinkerbell? It must have been someone he knows. This guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At his request, he just requested like 5 girls. Oh. Wait, that was Palm? She looks different again. Is she like a master of disguise in a way? I mean, I can kind of see it. Wait, what was... Her eyes were purple, no? Alright, that was my reaction to episode 105. That last bit where the guy was looking at a list of bodies, you know, I don't know if it's... I don't know, I just thought for a moment, like, what if these are actually just the bodies of women that have passed, and that the bodies are in, like, pristine condition or something, and just, like, Neferpito controlling them with a puppet or something? That'd be really messed up if that was the case. My mind is going that way right now, but it doesn't seem like it, or I don't really know. But it's like Thinker Bell. It had to have been someone the guy knew, and he wants to, you know, get revenge in a certain way. But it turns out to be like bait for the guy, and it was actually Palm who dressed up as Thinker Bell, wherever this woman is, right? But Palm, is she like some kind of master of disguise in a way? Because that looks nothing like Palm. I'm pretty sure Palm's eyes were supposed to be purple, so she probably put in one of those, like if this was like, you know, a real life movie with like spy disguise type of stuff, it would have been like one of those contacts that changes the iris color or something like that. But yeah, her eyes were blue. She didn't really look like Palm at all, but the guy said Palm, so I'm assuming it is the Palm we know, right? I guess that's another way to infiltrate in there, you know, using Palm to go in. Who exactly was he contacting though? I don't think it was the bug. Now that I think about it, I don't think the bugs, the Chimera ants, are involved at all with that whole deal that is going down with this secretary guy. But you can tell he's a piece of crap. He's a piece of shit. What was it? We had the king rip off his arm, and that went against what he was going for with that whole wager thing. Again, he was trying to get into the little girl's head. She was like, nah, instead of taking my arm, just take my life, because once I lose, or at least that's how she grew up. Like, what was it? She said that her parents told her that once a professional gungi player loses, they're just a normal person. So for her, she doesn't want to be what is her thinking of what a normal person is anymore. So rather than losing and living after the loss, just take the life. And then what was it? Apparently the king was like, apparently I didn't have enough resolve. So at first it looked like he was saying, yeah, well, I'm gonna wager my life, and then he's like, nah, I'm just, the wager's off. Me getting in your head didn't work, but I'm gonna rip off my arm because I don't really know why. I guess he ripped off his arm because he felt like he lost in getting under the skin of this girl. So that was him thinking that he could, I don't know. It's like I kind of get it, but I don't know how to explain why he ripped off his arm. I can't put in the words, but I kind of understand it. It's like with this, what we've seen of the king so far, his mentality seems to go in that direction, in a weird way. And Shayapoof, man, he got the slaps from the tail, and he was like, oh man, you're bleeding out. We need to get Neferpito in here to reattach your arm so you can stop bleeding, you won't die. And he was like willing to give up his life, right? But King was like, nah, no breaks, we're doing this now, with his arm bleeding out, right? And then the girl, she was like, nah, you gotta get treated and then I'll play you. King was like, what was that? So he just was an idiot ripping off his arm in the first place at that point. But yeah, that thing that Neferpito brought in, the toy repair thing, that's the kind of stuff of nightmares. And it was huge too. It had like these, I don't really understand why it had to be that big, because It looks like most of the intricate work being done are like these little things coming out from the chest of it. It has these huge hands, but it doesn't seem like the hands are doing anything. It's like the little things coming out of the chest that are actually doing the work. Like one was holding like a piece of scissors or something, you know. But yeah, I mentioned it for a little bit, but to me at this point, for their group, I thought of Neferupito for a second as Machi. Not that I like her, but that she has the ability to sew up people, their limbs and whatnot. Kind of like what Machi did with Hisoka way back with the battle tower thing. That just popped in my head while I was seeing that. It's like Neferupito is like their Machi or something like that. Of course, I put Machi way up higher than Neferupito, okay? Just I want to be clear on that. But apparently, Neferupito seems to be the most useful among them at the moment. Like Shayapoof, he just sits and watches over. He's like a little guardian, like watcher. He's like a Nana in a way. There's also Mentutu Yupi. We don't really see much of him at all, really. Like he comes in, he's like, here you go, I got what you wanted. Here you go. This is the Go player. Here you go. Blah blah blah. He's like in and out, just sits most of the time. You really don't know. We don't know much about Mentutu Yupi. He is like the least we know about. Neferupito, we're seeing everything about her with her end, her puppet mastery, that whole. I don't know if that's like also a puppet thing with the whole toy repair, but I don't really see strings. It looks like it was something similar to where it was like, I'm thinking like Bisky and her nurse thing. It's kind of like that, but on a way more nightmarish level, you know, because the nurse is supposed to help you, right? This is Neferupito's nurse, the toy repair something Blythe or whatever it was called. But yeah, we have still Leol. He's going after Morel, and Knov is trying to infiltrate. I thought he could just put down portals wherever he wants. Of course he can if he's there, right? It makes sense to make the portal where he's at so he can just jump in. But I thought at the same time he could make portals to come out wherever he wants. So I thought for sure he could just, you know, like maybe look at the courtyard of the palace from afar and then be like, yes, that's where I want the portal to come up, you know. And he's talking about 3 entrances or exits, I should say. No. Yes. I don't know, something about there's got to be 3 entrances or 3 exits. It was like one of those. He's gonna put portals far away towards the front, the entrance. There's one in the middle and then one like in the palace itself or something like that. And they can be used as escape routes. I can't remember if they were primarily for entrance or escaping. And then based on how the situation goes, they'll use whichever one or something. And I'm not sure if it was him placing down all 3 or just by him going inside and off the top of his head, what do he think would be the best judgment? Just put down one and then just, you know, dig out. But yeah. What was it? They're going after Morel, Leol and them. I don't know how they would stack up, but it's 3. If Leol is gonna jump in, it'll be 3 against Morel because he also has the 2 from Neferupito, the dog and the shrimp guy, or the wolf, whatever it is. But yeah, still no Killua. I'm guessing it'll be within these next 2 episodes. They can't have Killua out of the scene for that long, right? Anyway, let's just get into episode 106. Knov and Morel. Okay, that'll be the focus for this one. We still haven't figured out what those are. All I got from it is that they're food in a way, I think. It looks like he's been fighting, but really he's just down in the dirt trying to avoid being seen. Are they eggs or are they just like they put people in there? Oh, are these part of the selection process thing? Okay. So they're not food. Okay, so he's setting it up right now? Setting up the portal? Hurry up, hurry up! I feel like he's gonna get seen by one of the royal guards. I'm thinking meant to the UP. He is inside now. This is by far the perfect opportunity to do what he is doing right now. And he took a chance for it. Okay. So he has to go even further in, more than he'd want to based on the layout of the place. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna die. Knowing this show, this is working out way too well. But then if he dies, then can they still use the portals in a way? No, they need him. He has to live then. Window opener. Oh ho ho ho! That was nice. That's always been a thing about portals. Like, what would happen if it closed on you? And that was basically it. Only he could, like, wield the shape of the portal at will. Is he just gonna make it right there? Can he make one more? Like, is there a limit to how many he can make? He's gonna go for it. Left his shoes. Oh, all slippery from the blood. It's a wide staircase. No railings, too. I guess you don't need railings if it's that wide. Quick, quick, make it! Yeah, that's fine. You wanted it to be made right there. What is that? Yeah. Make the portal, dude! You're right where you want to be! Yeah, I forgot that Neferpito did that where she poked that, was it Popo's brain? To get info? Yeah, that's where you wanted to be! Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up! What happened? He looked like, it was, not working out. Uh-oh. Here we go. Really? He's not sending those two on Morel? Not as fast. Really? I still don't see him being stronger than... well, maybe he is stronger than Chitu, just not as fast, which was the main problem that Morel had with Chitu. Oh. I guess that's part of the selection process as well. Just bring them in trucks. Oh, I wonder if Palm is in there. When that secretary guy asked for, like, the 5 women. Oh, and it's this guy. The one that Knov and Morel were talking to. Okay, so the women are supposed to be alive. Bizef was his name, the secretary. Okay, so Knov knows all about this point of infiltration. Okay. Was that the guy that was reading the email to Palm? Because I know that he's like betraying them in a way because he just wants to get out. Marcos, I mean. Whistling away too, this guy. I would like it if Palm is no longer in disguise. She's just like looking like how she usually does. She's like the first one he sees. He's like, what the hell is it? And then he gets stabbed by her like 1,000 times or something. Since he was behind the scenes and ruling, this is his own... Like, he set this all up for himself way back. There's Palm. Whoa, the one on the far left is really tall. Your only job. Mm-hmm. They know who this is then. Okay. It's no secret that this guy is asking for this of them then. Wow. She is like almost twice his height. In your rooms. They don't even know where their rooms are. Oh, they want this? Okay.
自らの目で見たものの現在の動向を水晶を媒介して覗き見ることができる。この能力を使えば王とご縁を
okay.
最短での行動が可能となる。
Yeah, that would be really helpful. So all she needs to do is just look at them in person, and then she can just look at them whenever she wants through her crystal ball. It's like the ultimate surveillance system. Alright, Knov is out. He's good. But what was he worried about earlier? He seems frustrated. One look was all it took to break his will. Damn! They're really painting a picture on how... Yeah. He didn't ask for you though. I wonder if okay, yeah, never mind. I guess they just finished getting jiggy with it. Where are they? Underground church. An air shelter? What's an air shelter? I'm thinking like shelter from like a tornado or something. I mean, he is smoke, so an air shelter sounds like someplace that would like enforce his power or get rid of it, depending on how it shelters the air or whatever. Oh, he just took it then, no? He needs the favor though. Or maybe he's using someone else's power. Black Planet? 12-song medley. 60 minutes long. Right around the time he'd be able to use the power up for its duration. Are they gonna end it? Yeah, this is like ending music. So they have the same taste in music. That's kind of cool, I guess. Alright, that was episode 106. Some interesting stuff. What was it? I think the biggest takeaway from it was when you had Knov finally getting out of there. And he was broken. You know, like his will has been shattered because he's seen the aura. Or I don't know if he actually looked at Neferpito. It just seemed like he just saw the aura. Like it was never shown if he actually saw her. But the aura itself, the animosity of it, ferocity, animosity. Am I thinking animosity is the right word right now? I don't know. But it is overwhelming, right? So much that Knov is like, he's like donezo. He's like, I'm out. Like he was curling up, you know, fetal position and everything. Yeah, but then he was painting the picture for us, saying like, oh, how is it that Gon and Killua, who has gotten even closer to this aura, they're still willing to go in there, you know? I think that was meant to paint us a picture on how Neferpito is in comparison to how most of the adults that Nen users thought, because they were taking it with a grain of salt at first. Like I remember when we were first introduced to Knov Morel with at the side of Netero, right? They all came off as like very cocky, like we were really powerful, nothing can touch us. That's the kind of the attitude I was getting from them, but there were like some redeeming qualities over time when we got to know them. And now that we see him like this, after he's seen what Gon and Killua has seen, you know, in a way, time heals all. I mean, it's been quite a while since Gon and Killua has seen this malicious aura. It's possible that she's gotten even more stronger since then, so it's even worse than before. But it really is about where she is in terms of like maliciousness, you know. I guess, well, again, that's like how it seems to be painted to me at the for now. Yeah. We have Morel. He's going up against Leol. I don't know, something about like he's using someone else's Nen at this point. We know that because he's printed out the paper, rips it up, and then that's when the rental Nen of his starts. And it just so happens that the music that he's putting on, Black Planet, their album, something about a 12-song melody or something like that. And it turns out that Morel listens to them too. So it was something he said like, oh yeah, I'm going up against someone who we both have something in common. Like we both like this band in a weird way. But yeah, not sure what that rental power is. Again, it's like at an air shelter. I guess it makes sense that if it's an air shelter, it has to do with the flow of air. I was thinking like tornado type shelters type of thing. Like you go down, it said it was underground, but we could still see light coming in, so that confused me a bit. But it came off as like if there's tornadoes coming in, you know, you go underground to get away from it, any possible debris flying in through the windows or something like that. Like it's that type of shelter. But I saw windows, there's still light coming in, so I'm a little confused on what was really said there, if there was like maybe a translation error. But regardless, it seems like the smoke would be in favor for Morel. Not the smoke, but the place that they've gone to, because they're inside. So I feel like the smoke would be an advantage against Leol. But Leol doesn't seem phased at all about it. So yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. Still no Killua. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten any Killua action lately. Not really action, just where like we just haven't seen him at all, you know. We haven't seen any of Knuckle, Shoot, Gone with Meteoron. We haven't seen. I actually just noticed that in the it was either the opening or the ending. You see Meteoron. He's like attached to Knuckles, so it's safe to say that they will eventually Meteoron will eventually reveal himself to them and gain their trust. Because I'm pretty sure that's what Gon had in mind when he said that I had someone better in mind for you for your power to help beat the king or something like that, right? Other than that, well, yeah, there was also the palm thing. The palm thing was that if she can see you in real life, like she's seen you in person, then she can use her ability on the crystal ball and you can just surveillance no matter whatever that person is that she's trying to look at in her crystal ball, right? So that's like the ultimate surveillance over whoever you want to look upon. And she's taking advantage of the secretary's position, his desires, so that she has to get close to them for this to work. And Knov he's worried for her because she's in there still, and for her to get closer to whatever it is he got close to, you know, it's very worrisome for him, because you can tell that he cares about her. But yeah, other than that, let's get on to 107. Huh. This ability only activates when it rains. Is it gonna rain? Yeah. Water's coming in. Return and retire. Okay. Now, going back to what I was saying about the, you know, the smoke being an advantage, that goes to say that maybe the water can be trapped in there as well. So he could, I think he could just drown Morel in there. And he's using electricity to fight. Okay. So wait, what is it that he rented? What power is it? Oh, Morel knew the person who had this power. But is the power the surfing part? Is it the summoning the water part? Which is it? Or maybe it's both? Like this whole thing is the ability? Is that sideways right now? It's a helix. He just keeps going down in a spiral. I just noticed that his taser thing is like a little trident. The speed of sound? It's pretty fast to go underwater. It's probably a clone. No. Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. He's a smoker, right? In a weird way, it's like, as a smoker, that's bad for your lungs, but in his case, it's like his power, so I can see that as being a good thing where it can propulse him enough to get out of the whirlpool. Yeah, it's like a timer. Because he said that that album is like exactly 1 hour, which is as long as the rental power will last. Your lifespan. Grachan. Well, at least you know that your buddy's alive. We know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know the full extent of how that power works yet. Yeah, because he has to owe him a favor. Yeah, I don't see how Morel's gonna get out of this. Besides exhaling to avoid some attacks. Yeah, I would think if he bragged about it earlier, he could survive quite long underwater. He's like right below you? Nope. That's a diversion. Morel's doing a diversion. Yeah. Yeah, you're dealing with someone that can show smoke, dude. Which is like, you know, needs air and... Yeah. Who makes a church like that? Maybe that was just a rough layout of it. I don't know. Oh, what's going on? Chest hurts. What happened? Did he inhale something from the bubbles that were coming up? Yeah. Yes, can we get rid of this guy already? There we go. The way they drew it earlier made it seem like it was a lot deeper. Ah, yes, carbon dioxide. Yep, high concentrations of carbon dioxide is a poison. You don't even smell it, you don't know about it until it's too late. So what he said right there, it sounds as if, like, when the person is no longer able to use, or when he's doing the rental, it sounds like the person who he's renting it from is no longer able to use their power. I thought if they use their power, then it would automatically cancel it out or something like that. Okay. Yep, I was right. It was the contacts that changed the iris color. Yes. She's starting to feel it now too as she gets closer. The aura, I mean. So since Knov didn't die, I don't know. Is it possible that Palm will? Okay, so she's where Knov was when he made the portal. Is this still within that 3-hour period of when Neferopito is trying to Neferopito's trying to reattach the arm to the king? What happened? The aura retracted. Oh, it's a different one now. Don't die. Here we go. Finally back to Killua. Where are they? Underground clinic for folks with roots in the underworld. Okay. 2 days. Not until you pay me. Your total bill comes to 1.8 million. Okay. Yeah, this really is an underground clinic. Oh, at least they give him the phone. Oh, come on. That's ridiculous. Yeah, okay, so he revealed himself. Yeah. Okay, so Killua actually paid her. I guess. That's alright. They do have the money. Huh. She can get out right there if the portal is... Just open the portal. Can she open the portal at her own will? Or does he actually have to open it for her? Because that would suck. Whoa. Why is there a... Like... Are they censoring the belly button or something? What's up with that? Wait, was that where he was stabbed? Yeah, with the dart thing from the Ortho siblings. Follow! Help him out! Yeah! No worries. Yeah.
俺なんかが
もう連れになれたと思ってたのに、俺の方だけか。
本当に言っていいのか？
いい悪いじゃなくて、来るか来ねえかだよ。
うわー、行く。
Oh man.
一つ言っとくけど、
What they drew in that clinic and how Killua is drawn out here, that tank top is holding back a whole lot, okay?
お前も俺にありがとうとか言うのよ。連れが連れ助けるのは当然だろ。
You can thank Gon for teaching Killua this.
何かやっていく時があるだろうけど、当たり前のことで礼を言い合うのはかっこ悪いだろ。
Mm-hmm.
これだ。俺が憧れて求めた世界。追い焦がれて、追い続けて。でも心のどこかで自分には無理だと。似合わないと。叶わないと。諦めていた世界。俺なんかには行けやしないと。もう俺、今死んでもいい。
はぁ？何泣いてんのお前。
なんてこんじゃ。
おめえがこれから足突っ込む世界はな、ありよりよっぽどシビアだからな。命を軽く扱うことは似てるようで全然違うぞ。
Yes.
生死の境で生きてる奴は死んでもいいなんて絶対に言わない。毎日完璧な体調管理スケジュールをこなしながら、致死量ギリギリの毒をいつでもためらいなく飲める奴が生き残れるんだ。来れるか？こっちへ。
お前はなんで。
Ah, I got goosebumps.
俺が今一番欲しい言葉がわかるんだ。楽園だぜ。戦。何を置いてもな。
Oh man, I just thought, what if Kago dies? Oh man, I'm gonna be so pissed all over again. Oh, this is ending music. Is it already over? Oh my god, that went by too fast. Alright, that was my reaction to episode 107. We continued right off where it left off, with Morel going up against the lion dude, Leol. Yeah. Apparently his power is from Grachan, which is someone Morel knew. That was the thing about the power that I think was a bit of an oversight for me, where it was talking about, like, while he is using the power that he's renting the power from, the person he's renting it from cannot use that power. I thought it was by choice, like automatically it'd be like this thing that would, like, maybe in their head where it'd be like, oh, you cannot use your power during this time because it is being used by the one you owe a favor to, or something like that. So I'm kind of curious how that went down between Leol and Morel's friend Grachan. I don't remember if we ever met someone named Grachan. They dropped names here and there, like, what was it? When they were fighting, when Morel and Knuckle were fighting Chitsu in that open field, that was when they realized they needed, like, Ryake, and that name was dropped during a conversation between Morel and Knov. Again, I don't think were ever introduced to Ryake. They're dropping these names, and it's kind of weird how I can remember those names of a person we've never met, yet a person I have met, I have trouble remembering their names. Isn't that weird? Anyway, that fight was very, very underwhelming, but I expected that because of how Leol has been this whole time. I wasn't expecting much from him, but that whole time when he was just slowly sinking further and further, and his eyes getting all puffy, turned out it was carbon dioxide. You know, it is a poison, an odorless poison. If there's such high concentrations of it, that will and can happen. What was it? I remember watching this show on TV where, like, as a pastime, people who have their own boats, they would do this thing where they'd have people hang on to the back of the boat. So when the boat goes, they're just having fun, just hanging on to the boat, and it's all good and fun, but then you'd see people dropping off like flies, and before you know it, they're dead. So, and then they find out that the boat exhausts such high concentrations of carbon dioxide that them at the end, where the exhaust was apparently, they were inhaling it straight from the pipe in a way, because their heads were like their heads and everything. Their bodies are right there. So everything that was coming out from the back of the boat was going right into their system, and that's how they passed away. I remember watching some of that on TV a long time ago. So high concentrations of carbon dioxide are just that poisonous, and that's what happened to our friend Leol, who again didn't really care for the guy, and it's kind of, they were trying to make it this big thing where he's like slowly fading, and then they had like this bottom view of him, and you see like a light or something like that, and it was nice how they positioned and everything, but I could care less for the guy. But yeah, Morel is fine, he got out of that. And then we saw a little bit of Palm. We're using the tea that she brought and offered to the secretary guy, Bizef, I think his name was. Before they even got to it, he drank the tea, knocked out. Palm was free to do whatever she wanted. She went into, because she saw him, she knew where he was at other times, I think she said. So it doesn't have to be looking at the person in real time. She can look to where this person has been, I guess. I guess it's just adding more layers to her power at this point, right? But what was it? She went up the elevator, and apparently the elevator or the warehouse that's down below is like 5 kilometers down, which would be out of reach of Neferopito's end. But once she went up, right, she is within that vicinity where the end would be able to pick up. But at the same time, I'm like, is it not within that same time period where it's like the 3 hours? Has 3 hours been up? Because then again, Neferopito, she had to like turn off that end and focus on repairing the king's arm, right? So is it still within that time period? It was like different, there was different auras going on right there. I'm pretty sure the purple one was Neferopito, the red one might have been Mentutu Yupi. I'm guessing, because it went from a bluish purple, which I know Neferopito had that type of color then, and then it went to like a crimson red. So I'm assuming that that was someone else. And it went, the aura itself revealed itself to Palm, and she's right there where she could jump into like a portal if it opened, right? And Morel getting back to them saying, yeah, I don't think Knov is going to be in this fight. He's pretty much out. His will is donezo. But yeah, I don't know. Does he still have to be involved in the sense that he has to open up portals? Because I didn't see him fighting in the first place, but if he can just open them up, close them whenever, he can still help, you know? And right now I think Palm needs that help, and he was worried for her, so he needs to get his head somewhat back into the game if, you know, he wants to see her again or something like that. Because again, I don't know if she has, like, I don't know if he made it so that whoever is near it, they could jump in it. Like, how would that work? It has to be him, right? And then we finally got back to Kailua. He was being held in an underground clinic, shady clinic, where the nurse was asking for more than $1 million. I think it was like 1.8 or something. And then after one phone call, they were able to wire the money and they got out. But the nice part about it all was Ikago is joining the team. It's official, you know? And it's very nice to see that. Excuse me. Very nice to see that after, you know, all the despair that two of our teammates have seen, Palm and Knov, right? We get to see some hope. we get to see Killua enforcing that hope upon Ikalgo. Yeah, I like Ikalgo. Now, if he dies for whatever reason, I hope it's a death that I can be satisfied with. Not that I want him to die, but if he is gonna die, I want it to be done in a way where it was, you know, like I can accept it, you know. But I'm not gonna think like that. He's not gonna die. Yeah, I'm not gonna think like that. Hikago's fine. Killua's fine. Gon's fine. Knuckle, Shoot, all those guys, they're all fine. No one else is gonna die. Yeah. That's all. That's the mindset I gotta keep telling myself, you know. And then the show's just gonna be like, nope. Yeah. I'm just waiting for it to happen again. Right now, I'm thinking Palm might have died. Because she was right there, and again, I don't know how the portal thing works. If she can activate it, she can escape, because that's literally where Knov was when he left the last portal, right? But again, we don't know if Knov actually saw Neferpito or one of the other royal guards in person. He was just faced with an aura, you know. So if Palm was able to see them, she could surveillance them if she were to get out. But we'll see. I think that's all I wanted to say. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Shoots.